Tonight, a nuclear bomb is sent back in time to destroy the past. But when the scientist tasked with retrieving the device impregnates a cave woman named Tungo Gunga, will he fight for the present or follow his heart to the past? Prehistoric romance meets suspense when Tony Randall and Vanna White star in this made-for-gas station screen TV movie, Fallout of Love.
Hey, freaks, it's Friday, August 21st, 2026. Coming up on the program today, me and my friend Brad are just two assholes harassing elderly people in the middle of the night. Plus, turns out I didn't have to cut your dick off. Whoopsie. Sorry about that confusion. And let's all send our piss to AI data centers. All this plus your voicemails today on DV.
Mommy, I want to ask you something.
What is it, dear?
What I wonder is, how did the baby get started in this?
Let me tell you how it is. There's a special opening just in front of the place where you have your BM. It's very, very tiny in a little girl, but as you grow, it grows too, right along with the rest of you. Until when you're grown up, it gets to be just about this size. The special opening that little girls have has a name, the penis. Now, you know that little boys like our Johnny have a vagina. When a boy grows up and is ready to be a father, he is able to put his vagina into the penis, that special opening that mothers have. Do you understand?
Yes, I think so, but if I forget it, you can always tell me again.
It's Distorted View Daily. This week sponsored by DV listener Ralph.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
LOL. Laugh it out loud.
I can eat pussy for days, says Tim.
Full-bloom AIDS.
Yes! Hey, freaks, Timothy James Henson back here with you one more time this week as we wrap things up with the Friday show. This one's going to be short. I've been saying it all week, and I kind of been lying, but this one is going to be short because I got to get up to Ashtabula. So we're just going to end it right now. Guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you back on Monday. Bye, everybody! I can do a little bit longer of a show for you, I suppose. You know, all this week, we've had a very generous sponsor, Ralph. He's wanted one thing from me, but it was a doozy. Rodder, why don't you refresh our memory? What's up with Ralph here?
Yes, if you recall, Ralph has a sister named Bruna, and she's very good at threading eyebrows or something, and Ralph is an asshole, and so he wants you to prank Bruna and say that she is bad at doing eyebrows. That was Ralph's big idea, I guess. Because, according to M, she's spicy.
Yeah, that's all Ralph really gave me to go on. He's like, call Bruna and say she's awful at her job.
Oh, and don't forget, Ralph wanted you to rope Brad Carter into this stupidity.
Yeah. Not only is the prank call premise pretty razor thin, but now I gotta ask Brad Carter for a favor, and, you know, he's gonna have to do the heavy lifting here.
And don't forget, Ralph also wanted you and Brad to prank Bruna every day this week.
Yeah, well, that certainly wasn't going to happen. First of all, Brad and I did try to call Bruna a couple times, but she was either at work or screening her calls. Also, Brad didn't like this idea of just calling to say we hate her eyebrow work. That's not really what Brad does. So, we eventually did get a hold of Bruna. I don't want to say I choked, but I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't have that much to say to her. I feel like when it comes to prank calls, the person doing the pranking really needs to come up with the premise. It's like when you guys suggest bits for me to do. 9 times out of 10, they're shitty. They're atrocious. I'll get ridiculous things for, call it, hey, Tim, you should SWAT Meade. Tim, you should track down Linda Finkel and burn down her home. Like just shit that is not plausible. And certainly many times not legal. So we did get a hold of Bruna, and she immediately knew that we were prank calling her, and she could not care less. She's not a good victim of a prank call because she's too wise. Here's a few moments from that abortion of a phone call.
Hello? Hey, Bruna.
Yeah?
It's your neighbor. It's Greg.
Who?
Brad. It's Brad, your neighbor. I just I wanted to ask you to stop trying to use our Wi-Fi, okay? I've got Tim Henson on the phone with me.
Hey.
He three-wayed us from work. He's my roommate.
In hindsight, here's the problem. It's already too convoluted. We were just going to accuse Bruna of stealing our Wi-Fi, but then it's like we got to introduce me, who's Brad's platonic roommate, but I'm at work. I'm not in the same house as Brad right now. Like, why would Bruna care about that? Why do I even have to be on the line here?
Well, can you just please stop hacking into our Wi-Fi and using it? Because that's not yours. Just leave it alone.
No, I'm not gonna.
She knows it's a prank and she's playing along. Now she's like, no, I'm going to continue using your Wi-Fi. Like, it just was a failure of a call. Not anyone's fault aside from Brad's.
Sorry, I can't afford my own.
It's 100% his fault. No, of course not.
What do I do, Tim?
Well, I think we're going to have to give her some bad reviews on her little eyebrow threading business.
I'm trying to sound aloof because my natural state, if I was talking like this on the phone with her, I think she would be even more aware that it's a prank call. So I was just trying to play it cool and also somehow incorporate the eyebrow threading thing for fucking Ralph.
Yeah, we heard about your shitty brows.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't have to play anymore because that's pretty much how the whole conversation went. She was just like, one word answer, like, yeah, no, I'm not going to stop, whatever. Bruna was on to us from the get-go. I was actually more interested in talking to Brad afterwards about his prank calls because his prank calls, when I'm not involved, they're good. You get Tim Henson into the equation there, and that's when everything fucking falls apart. But I was curious about how many calls does he have to go through before he gets a good one,
Well, we tried. What are we going to do?
Can't win them all.
That's right. What is your success rate, would you say, on prank calls? Out of, how many do you have to go through before you get a really good one?
It's definitely half.
Yeah.
At least half.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good ratio.
I'm just saying that's the minimum bad it is or good it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always every other one doesn't answer.
Yeah, I got to say, I think Brad probably puts way more work into his show than mine, especially at this point, because, we were talking how hard it is to actually get a hold of people now. That's probably the biggest annoyance for him, right? Because now, first of all, no one has a landline. Everyone's got cell phones and no one picks up on the calls. So everyone is screening. And now they've got AI answering phone calls. And it'll ring and it'll pick up, but it's the fucking phone saying, hey, why don't you tell me why you're calling? I'll let my master know. And if he or she decides to pick up the phone call, I'll connect you. It's impossible to get through to a real person quickly.
I've made calls for an hour or two and everything sucks. I just delete it all.
Gotta be very frustrating. Anyway, since Brad and I were on the phone, and by the way, I apologized for how shitty my connection was. I sound a little muffled for some reason. I was using Google Voice, but we thought we would try a few other prank calls, premises and stuff that Brad came up with. I was along for the ride. I hope I didn't suck it up for him, which I probably did. It's hard when there's two people on the line. So, we actually, first of all, we were doing this at 1:00 in the morning, my time. That's probably the funniest part, the detail of these calls. The fact that when we actually got through to someone, we were waking their asses up. So naturally, they're already a little grumpy. Now, basically, I'm on the East Coast, right? East Coast time. Brad's on West Coast time. The person that we actually got through to, I think, lived in Indiana. So they're an hour earlier. So instead of 1:00, it was midnight when we got through to them. Here is the one call that actually went through and someone miraculously picked up at midnight. The premise is we've been hanging out in their backyard and we've found something that they should know about.
Hello?
Oh, hey, Jill.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Brad Carter from down the road a little bit.
Which who?
And Brad Carter, I'm Tim Henson's roommate. Tim, are you on the phone still?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Good. It's Tim who?
Henson.
Yeah, he's. We're just roommates. It's platonic.
Oh.
Okay.
So we were in your backyard a little bit ago. And we're metal detecting. You know, we've got those metal detectors.
Okay.
We're just kind of going around your yard, and there's something really big and metallic down in there. Like, what reading were you getting, Tim?
I mean, it was pretty high. I don't want to alarm you or anything, but we're just wondering, would you mind if we took a look and figured out what was in there?
It might just be a septic tank. Are those metal?
Yeah, I think that's what we were thinking. But do you have a septic tank?
I don't know if there's one or not, but
you weren't sleeping,
I really
were you?
don't. Yes.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh.
But we would really rather you not.
What were you dreaming about?
Listen, I don't really want you doing anything in our yard, okay?
Well, we already did it. I'm sorry.
Tim was hoping we could bring like a deep penetrating radar thing. He's into that stuff.
Just to see what's down in there.
Jill? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. It's not loud or anything. It's electronic. We've got
not too loud.
Yeah, we're gonna it just rolls over. It's on wheels.
Can you maybe do this like during the day or something sometime? Not now?
No, it has to be nighttime.
Tim Henson works at the movie theater.
I can get you some tickets for your trouble.
Look,
I wasn't saying you had to do that, Tim. I'm just saying, you work during the day.
Yeah, I know. No, it's fine, but I get that it's kind of an inconvenience. And the tracks, that the wheels, it's going to tear up your yard a little bit, but we can always put some seed down.
Yeah, but I would rather you not, and I'm sure my husband would rather you not. So
what's down?
Well,
are you hiding something?
No, but listen, I don't want you doing that, and I think you need to get out of
the man of the house home?
He is, and he's sleeping.
Can you?
So
we don't just metal detect in your yard, man. We do the whole neighborhood at night. We're just night owls.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't want you to think we're targeting you or anything. It just so happened that we found that in your backyard.
And I want you out of our yard, okay?
Oh, we're not back there now. We're home now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, that's not something that people usually do. Okay, get in people's yards at night
and take pictures, but just of the yard.
We're metal detecting hobbyists.
Okay, I get it. But, even before you do that, you should ask people before you do that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Tim,
I'm gonna
Tim said we should just ask for forgiveness instead of for permission.
Okay, well, again...
He's kind of a bad influence.
Well, I think you guys need to stop, okay?
Okay, well, just in your yard. We're still going to do the rest of the neighborhood.
All right, whatever, but not... Yeah, but you should ask other people, too. Bye.
Are you guys hiding something?
No, we are not.
Well, the way you're acting is a little suspicious. This is not how a normal person would respond.
Well, what? At 11:58 at night, you're calling people and asking stuff like this? I don't think anybody in the neighborhood would like you in their yard at this time of night.
Well, see, we were no. See, you're wrong because we're not asking. We told you that we were in your yard, and we would like to come back to look to figure out what you're hiding.
That's what you're saying. You were in my yard,
right?
You're
just a little bit ago.
You're just saying we can't come back with the radar, the ground penetrating radar.
No, you cannot come back right now.
Even during the day.
If you do, you need to talk to my husband.
Tim,
okay?
Tim, can you talk to your boss and maybe just get a day off? We can do it during the day.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of really want to know what's in there.
Right now, I need to get
Aren't you curious to know what's down there?
It might be gold. Like a big chunk of gold.
Listen, I am tired, and I'm going to hang up, and you can talk to my husband, but I want you out of my yard.
Okay, we're not in the yard right now.
I don't know how
I know, but you were. But you were.
Yeah, just earlier. We're playing PlayStation now. If you know what I mean.
Listen, I'm going to hang up. I'm tired. I've got to get up early. Bye.
What?
Now, I don't know if I added anything to that prank call. Brad would have done fine without me, that's for sure. But I am just so blown away. Like, I got to witness firsthand that people are just willing to talk and entertain the most fucking ridiculous things, right? I feel like I wouldn't, right? If someone called me up and said, hey, I was just in your backyard at midnight and I want to bring a radar to penetrate your ground because I think there's something weird going on in there. Like, are you hiding something in your backyard? Like, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You weren't in my backyard. This was obviously a prank. But people just, then she stayed on the line for 7 minutes at midnight, with her being tired and annoyed. And, you listen to any number, like most episodes of Brad's show, and it's similar stuff. Here's one of Brad's most recent uploads to his YouTube channel, which I will link to on the show notes today.
Yeah.
I've got a delivery for you today. I don't know if I'm going to make it out there today, but I'll definitely be there first thing in the morning.
He's pretending to be a UPS driver delivering a package.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, well, the reason I'm calling, though, is I've been sitting on your box all day because usually the seats in the truck, they're adjustable. But mine got stuck in the down position, so I was just sitting on your box all day.
Oh, which?
So it's kind of
box is?
What? Which what?
Who does it say it's from?
From? Oh, I can't reveal that over the phone. You could be like an identity thief or something. It just says on here though that it's to Chris. And it has,
yeah, that's fine. If it's what I think it is, it's just pieces of plastic, so it shouldn't hurt them at all.
Yeah, but I heard stuff cracking in there today because, like, when I hit bumps, like, I jump up and my bum lands really hard on it.
Okay.
The guy seems pretty chill, right? Well, this phone call is like 16 minutes long, it seems. And if you just fast forward to like the 5 or 6 minute mark, at some point his demeanor changes.
You should not have chosen my box then. You don't have to sit on a box. You could sit slumped.
Well,
you could have your boss fix your seat before you work. There's a whole bunch of different things you could have done.
I wouldn't have been able to see over the steering wheel. If I, what do you want me to do? Get in a car wreck?
He's a midget UPS driver.
Then your box would have gotten damaged anyway.
You know what I want you to do? Your job. Give it to your boss. Have your boss drop it off at my house.
I'm going to do my job. I'm going to leave it by this.
Come down to my house.
I'm going to leave it at the stop sign. With the bunch.
That is not your job. You are supposed to take it to my house. The stop sign is not a legally acceptable place for you to leave it. You will get it all the way to my house, even if that involves you taking it to your boss and having your boss drop it off.
The fuck I will. I don't have to do shit. Like, I don't have to do what you say. Don't tell me how to do my job.
Then get my fucking box to my fucking house.
It's going to be at the stop sign. Just go to the...
It's interesting that the fact that it's crumpled, it's smashed to pieces from Roy's fat ass, that doesn't bother the dude. The fact that the package is going to be left at the stop sign near his house and not his front porch, that's what's really setting him off. Anyway, I'll provide a link on the show notes today to this entire phone call. It sounds way more successful than anything Brad and I attempted together. I'm sorry for subjecting you to it. Everyone, just blame Ralph. This was his grand idea. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news right now. And by the way, thank you so much to Brad Carter for helping me out with the sponsor's request here. If you enjoy Distorted View Daily, please consider signing up for the Sideshow. That's DV's members side. Every week I do exclusive shows just for paying members. This week was no different. Tuesday and Thursday were both full-length Sideshow exclusive episodes. If you want to hear them, you got to sign up. Go to distortedview.com for more information. Other ways to support the show, we've got a Patreon account, patreon.com/distortedview. Pledge $5 and gain access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. And you can sponsor an episode of DV for only $25. Just PayPal me, show@distortedview.com. For $100, you can sponsor an entire week of shows. But no, you cannot request prank calls from me and Brad. That was a one-time thing. Although I did promise that I would go on Brad's show. If he really wants me, we'll do some prank calls together in the future. All right, two very quick stories now. First up, this very well could be a DV update. I feel like anytime a penis has been cut off, Distorted View is there. Really, any penis-related news story, it's important that Distorted View cover it. A Colorado woman accused of stabbing her boyfriend and cutting off his dick during an argument over whether he had fathered a child she believed she was carrying. I don't know why she's getting so angry. She doesn't know for sure. What's the argument? It's like, let's get a DNA test and figure this all out. You know, somehow in the 2000s, this was just the norm. We all knew what to do. You go on Maury, you get your DNA test, the audience goes crazy, you jump up and down when you find out you're not the father. She runs off stage bawling because now she has no idea who the father is because she just fucked so many guys, you know. I guarantee you, if you look at the stats in the 2000s, during the time Maury was on the air doing these paternity test things, the number of dick slicings were at a historic low. And ever since Maury went off the air, those numbers are starting to climb. You know, we all thought it was just trash TV back then. Turns out he was doing a very important public service. Well, the update is this woman has pled not guilty by reason of insanity more than 2 years after the killing. Shenting Gao. Yes, it's a very Asian name. Entered the plea Friday, August 14th in Mesa County District Court in the May 2024 death of 38-year-old Dustin Knowles. Gao, now 33, is charged with second-degree murder in connection with the killing at a Grand Junction hotel. I need to know exactly how this went down. Did she cut off his penis and then stab him? Did she stab him first? Did she stab him in the penis? Is that where he bled out? Is that how he died? I just want to know how tragic this case truly was. The plea represents the latest development in a case that has been repeatedly delayed by questions about Gao's mental competency. Police were called to the Woodspring Suites on Market Street at about 8:50 p.m. on May 14th, 2024. After receiving a report of an unresponsive man. Officers found Knowles of Parachute, Colorado, suffering from what authorities described as a suspected knife wound. Well, you know, penises rarely detach from the body on its own. You're going to need something sharp to cut it off. So, yeah, I can see why they suspected knives were used. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators soon arrested Gao, who was Knowles' girlfriend. According to an arrest affidavit cited by news outlets, Gao told investigators the couple had been arguing about their relationship. There were questions about alleged infidelity and whether Knowles was the father of a child Gao believed she was carrying. Wait a second. What do you mean, believed she was carrying? She didn't even take a goddamn pregnancy test first? She's going on a hunch? You sliced the dick off your boyfriend because you thought he was the father of a baby that you might not even be carrying? Like, this is insane. During the argument, authorities allege Gao stabbed Knowles in the leg. Gao told investigators she had not intended to kill him, but stabbed him because she was so angry. Yeah, that doesn't make it any better. It's not okay because you were just super, super duper angry. She also allegedly admitted to cutting off Null's penis. See, talk about burying the lead. She's like, I stabbed him in the leg. Oh, and I also cut off his dick. Stabbing him in the leg would result in a limp for a while. The dick thing is way more permanent. After seriously injuring Knowles, Gao allegedly left the hotel, maybe with the penis, and went to a nearby city market where she purchased rubbing alcohol, antibiotics, and beer. Authorities said she did not buy any bandages, though. What a bitch. Gao later gave Knowles ibuprofen. Walk it off, you pussy! That's what giving ibuprofen to someone says to them after you stab them in the legs and cut off their dick. Ibuprofen. Yeah, she gave Knowles ibuprofen, water, and what the affidavit described as greens. Yeah, some kale, a little arugula. You eat that now, tomorrow you're going to feel like a new man. Is this because she's Chinese? Is this like their ancient remedy thing? I'm not one of these people that are always screaming deport when I see someone who's not the same color as me, but this bitch needs to go back to the motherland. At some point, Knowles reportedly complained that he was cold. Oh, that's just the hand of death starting to grip you. All right, yes, Knowles reportedly complained that he was cold and believed he was going to die. See, he was a very bright man. He died a short time later. Gao was initially charged with second-degree murder committed in the heat of passion and domestic violence and was held on a $1 million cash bond. Police said at the time they believed the killing was an isolated incident. Meaning she didn't kill him twice? Like, what does that mean? Isolated incident. I no one thinks she's going to go on a dick-slicing crime spree. Of course. She's pissed off because he didn't want to take responsibility for this baby that she may or may not have in her belly. The criminal case subsequently stalled as attorneys in the court wrestled with whether Gao was mentally capable of participating in her defense. After multiple psychological evaluations, a judge declared Gao incompetent to stand trial in 2025. She was transferred to a mental hospital in November of that year, but spent months waiting for treatment. She was eventually found competent enough for the criminal proceedings to resume. During Friday's arraignment, however, questions about Gao's mental state surfaced again as the judge attempted to explain the consequences of entering an insanity plea. Gao appeared confused. Wait, I'm confused. What does it mean? She told the court. Oh, she's just acting. She knows what she's doing. Gao's expected to undergo another round of psychiatric evaluations, this time examining her mental state. All right, nowhere in this story did it say if she was actually pregnant or not. It's insane to me like that detail was left out. So I had to go digging a bit deeper, and I found some more coverage. As I suspected. No, it appears Shenteng Gao was not actually pregnant. So this whole argument and the leg stabbing, and most importantly, the dick being chopped off, it was totally unnecessary. An April 2026 report states that the woman turned out to not be pregnant. I bet you she feels a little embarrassed now, right? Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's just still completely fucking insane. Women be crazy. That's the moral of that and every story here on TV. That's why you guys just need to chill and open your mind to the possibility of doing some light gay shit. Bros know how to take care of bros. I'm always trying to get you guys to do gay stuff. I'm a predator. It's true what they say about gays. We've got an agenda. I'm going to suck some of your dicks, or I'm going to die trying. Yeah, there's a PSA for you. PSA stands for penis sucking. Amen. It's like ABC. Always be closing. Always be closing my mouth around your cock. Sorry. I think I'm horny. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Final story we have for you. This is a short one, and it's more of a publicity stunt than a news story, but the news is covering it, so it's good enough for me. Beverage brands Liquid Death and Garage Beer, I've never tried a Garage Beer, have come up with an unusual proposal for reducing the enormous amounts of water used to keep artificial intelligence data centers from overheating. How about we just give the data centers all of our piss? So win-win. Liquid Death gets to sell more water. We drink more of it, produce more pee. Data centers get the urine. Actually, they should be paying for all of the Liquid Death. You know what I mean? They should be providing it to us. I mean, obviously, again, this is a publicity stunt. They're not serious. We're not going to be sending pee to data centers, although I encourage you all to do that. But the answer to the data center issues are so easy, right? Just have these companies building the data centers pay for all of the electricity they're using and everyone's electricity in the entire fucking community where the data centers exist. All the citizens get free power. These companies raise trillions of dollars. These data centers, they need them. It's lucrative. So, start forking over the cash. The companies launched a satirical campaign Tuesday featuring former NFL star Jason Kelce, who opens a 90-second musical advertisement. He sings by urinating into a jar while explaining that AI data centers can consume millions of gallons of water to cool their servers. I actually have the ad here. Let's play just a little bit of it here. It starts with Jason Kelce pissing in a toilet.
AI data centers waste millions of gallons of water. That's why Liquid Death and Garage Beer have decided to team up. We want your pee to cool these data centers.
We want your pee. Please give us your pee. Let's pee on computers together. 'Cause we need lots of pee. Endless gallons of pee.
It's kind of funny, right?
Join our important endeavor.
They're all carrying jugs of their piss.
We want your pee. Please give us your pee.
All right, you get the idea. Despite appearances, the companies are not actually proposing that technicians begin pouring human urine through server cooling systems. The campaign is a marketing stunt, no shit, intended to call attention to the water consumed by data centers, as the rapid expansion of artificial intelligence drives construction of increasingly large computing facilities across the U.S. There's a genuine issue underneath the bathroom humor. Water use varies considerably depending on the size and cooling technology of the data center. A typical facility can consume roughly 300,000 gallons a day, while some larger hyperscale facilities using water-intensive cooling systems can consume as much as 5 million gallons a day. Obviously, Liquid Death and Garage Beer are turning those concerns into a joke and naturally something they can sell. The companies have released a limited edition Liquid Death Garage Beer Data Center Coolant Collector, essentially a branded resealable glass jar intended to resemble a urine specimen container. Those will set you back $18, by the way. Quote, mailing your pee to AI data centers has never been easier, Liquid Death says in a product description, instructing customers to fill the container and send it to a data center of their choice. That instruction is immediately followed by the considerably more legally prudent disclaimer, the suits want us to tell you to please don't actually send your pee. Liquid Death repeats the warning several times on the product page. I don't know. You're sending mixed messages. The campaign grew out of what was initially supposed to be a more conventional retail partnership between Liquid Death and Garage Beer. Andy Pearson, Liquid Death's vice president of creative, said the company saw similarities between the two independent brands and their comedy-heavy approach to marketing. Comedian Sabrina Jalise originally suggested the data center concept during one of Liquid Death's writer room sessions. Quote, when you look at the data, it is literally the one thing that unites all Americans right now across the spectrum. A Gallup poll released earlier this year found more than 7 in 10 Americans oppose construction of AI data centers in their own communities, with nearly half saying they strongly opposed such products. Hey, check this shit out. The companies aren't limiting the gag to an online commercial. They also plan to take their urine drive to Cincinnati's Oktoberfest, scheduled for September 17th through the 20th, where the campaign says people will be able to make in-person donations. I'll be there. These Liquid Death and Garage Beer urine collection advertisements will receive paid promotion across the company's social media channels and connected television, according to Marketing Dive, which I guess is a advertising-themed publication. So there you go. Take a look at the featured image over there at DistortedView.com and SuperFreakSideshow.com. It's a screenshot from this PSA/commercial. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Friday. Before we do any voicemails, let's first check in once again with our very own For Harry Cunt text line.
You can now text Stevie anytime. It's the Harry Cunt mobile texting line. For Harry Cunt. Start texting. For Harry Cunt. Send those nudes for Harry Cunt. For Harry Cunt.
Let's just check in with a few messages coming in. Area code 419 says, Cherry 7-Up is my jam, but I really like Canada Dry Cranberry Ginger Ale since I'm obviously an old lady now. Yeah, I mentioned that once again, fucking 7-Up is changing their formula, which they seem to do every few years. I get why they're doing it. I guess because there's a lot of lemon lime sodas. So get this. 7-Up is going to become a lime lemon soda, which they also tried many years ago. They came up with the upside down 7-Up called DNL, which was lime lemon. There were also some differences in that formula, like regular 7-Up doesn't have caffeine. The new version also doesn't have caffeine, but DNL did, in case you were wondering. I'm not a big fan of 7-Up, honestly. I will give this new version a try. I do like the Shirley Temple 7-Ups that come out during Christmas time. Big fan of that. Also, area code 419 said Mead needs to date Amish women. And that is because on yesterday's Sideshow exclusive episode, was it yesterday? I don't even remember. Sometime this week, we featured audio from a CBS news segment about Amish people dating. And yeah, it kind of sounds like something Mead could get into. Area code 206 says the Fuck Up on Monday show was not because of the Tainted Broth cover, most likely a technical thing. I saw both versions, the 42-minute and the 39-minute versions of the show in Apple Podcasts. Well, no, I think you're subscribed to... Yeah, I get it. You're listening to the show in Apple Podcasts, but the feed that you're pulling from is Distorted View's website, because I still am seeing that only the short version is being pulled in. This is a good way to tell what feed you're getting in Apple Podcast. If your album artwork, right, if your Distorted View artwork says 20 years of distortion, right, and it's a orange and purple cover art with the DV logo, that is the feed that pulls from our website. So that should have both versions of the show, the 39-minute and the 44. If you are subscribed, like if you went through the Apple Podcast directory, search for Distorted View and subscribe that way, your logo is just like the standard, like it's like a DV logo with kind of like a spacey background, but there's no mention of it being 20 years or anything like that. I hope that helps. Yeah, like if you're not following this whole saga, earlier this week, for some reason, the show would not post through Apple, and I fear it was a content issue. Like, because the Apple will now transcribe your whole show, and it may have caught something that I didn't like. Area code 801 said, I asked Mead on his video about him being blacklisted from employment. I asked him if he's still telling employers that he only wants to work 12 to 16 hours a week. He responded to me and then deleted it. His response was something about how he now wants to work 16 to 20 hours a week, which, by the way, is still very much part-time. It's half, really, of full-time job. So Mead is still not ready at the ripe old age of fucking 60. Or, I don't know how old he is, 49. He's still not quite ready to be a 100% adult. All right, there's just a couple text messages coming in. I promise we'll read some more next week. I got to get going soon. So let's do a couple real quick voicemails, and then we'll call it a week. Love to hear from you, freaks. Many ways to contact the show. Show at DistortedView.com. I'm all over social media at DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook.com/DistortedViewShow. Let's check in with just a few freaks, and we're going to begin with some patrons who have pledged at least $5 over there at Patreon.com/DistortedView. Thank you so much for your support.
And the shows have just been great. Just wanted to say that. Anyways, good night.
All right. Dank Tim, once again, checking in. I'm pretty sure he called in yesterday with the same comment, but I appreciate it.
Jago Tim, please, asshole calling in. I just saw in the news, it's kind of making headlines that, I don't know if you know who Florence Pugh is. She is fucking gorgeous. And she was on some show with Bear Grylls, some survival show. I guess she was on there. And, oh, my God, I'd love to be stuck on a desert island with that caked-up lady.
Florence Pugh.
And my question to you is, who would you want to be stuck on an island with that you could possibly bang? That'd be amazing. Obviously, the answer is probably Lord
Steve Buscemi.
Douche, but let's be honest here. It could be
Steve Buscemi.
I don't know. Idris Elba. anybody who's fucking hot. Anyway, love the show, Tim.
I don't have a particular name. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, celebrity-wise, but like Instagrammers who chop wood? Yeah, lumberjacks get my dick hard, real hard. I'd like them to chop my wood, if you know what I mean. Not literally chop my wood. We just read a story about someone cutting off a dick. I'm learning I'm not very good with the sexy talk. Yeah, I want you to cut my cock off. Chop my wood, please. I mean, that's not like a euphemism for anything, chopping my wood.
Hey, boo, Spiral, ham fucker.
Hello.
I remember when I was growing up, girls would put a mirror in front of their pussy.
Yeah, I think Madonna did that, didn't she, in one of her videos?
See themselves.
Or maybe it was like a thing, like a self-help thing. Like, isn't that what women were told to do? Like, use a mirror, look at your pussy, get used to your pussy. Really learn the ins and outs of your pussy.
So they could see.
It's an empowerment thing.
Themselves. And now they put it on the internet so everyone can see.
And they make money doing it, right?
So would you rather fuck a midget or an AI robot? Go.
Oh, midget. Or maybe a dwarf. I can't remember which one looks better. Whichever one is less deformed. I just want it short. I mean, that would be interesting, right? Just being able to, like, pick them up and place them on your dick. Sometimes, like, talk about Instagram and stuff. Occasionally, I will see, like, I don't know if it's a midget or a dwarf, some little person that is just, like, completely, like, tiny, like, very little tiny, but super jacked. It's very confusing for me and my penis. The same way that lumberjacks do it for me. All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the show. Want you guys to email me, show@destroytv.com. Destroytv.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660-GOD. Is it oh, God?
We want your pee.
Spread the distortion, STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. Guys, thank you so much for a great week of programs. I'll be back on Monday to do it all over again. Until then, bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a great Friday, you motherfucker.
Maria Athens signing off.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.